This is Kevin Martin with the Lake Erie Regional Grape Program. Wanted to give you an update on the state of the market this week. We've had a lot of processor meetings, still a couple more to go. I had a chance to sit in on most of them and also kind of get a feeling for what was going on during harvest, which was a little bit different than the past couple of years. But overall, it does remain a fairly challenging market, a little bit different in terms of trends. So the cash market has actually improved from a very poor state to a relatively healthy state. I don't think we're quite where we need to be to keep growers who only participate in the cash market sustainable for a long period of time. We don't have prices that are going to reflect successful succession planning and business growth, but we do have prices that are allowing growers to meet their cash flow needs, or at least most growers meet their cash flow needs if they didn't get too far behind when prices were extremely low. Growers that do participate in different markets that were exposed to different risks are probably in a pretty decent position if they were not overexposed to that cash market. That led to some problems for some growers. That's kind of a story for another day. But for the most part, that's the situation with the cash market. A lot of that is driven by changes in processor ownership that have resulted in increasing shelf space in different markets that have improved volumes for that market. On the cooperative side, it's a bit of a mixed bag. We're in a situation now where it's just about as healthy as the cash market, in a few cases a little bit healthier. But that being said, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're relying on different markets and they have some exposure to custom processing and things like that provides opportunities. Overall, the cooperatives themselves are in very good health, and as we see juice market conditions improve, we should not necessarily see lower payments from cooperatives for a long period of time. At least that's what I would expect. If we don't see juice markets improve, obviously that would be a different scenario, or if we happen to see some market problems that create a worsening trend, which is unfortunately always possible. The one sort of negative spot in the market that has really kind of gone downhill a little bit in the last year is the wine grape market, particularly for the low to middle type varieties. So the natives, a lot of the natives, and some of the hybrids, that has been a little bit of a challenge. It's going to depend significantly on which winery or processor those are being delivered to. But this was an area that was kind of holding up the Concord industry from 2013 onward as that struggled. And this decline is going to be troubling for some growers. We've seen Concord that was devoted to wine. We've seen those contracts being reduced and canceled, particularly on the Pennsylvania side of things, which have restrictions about labeling for New York products. So we are seeing some challenges for particular products, more so than other products. But overall, those downward trends are now large enough so that they are starting to affect our markets in a troubling way. This may start to affect some of the juice grape processors as well, as they were also leaning on those markets to help support their price, but we have not yet seen any evidence of that. It's just something to watch out for. So again, it's kind of a mixed bag where we're having trouble trying to figure out where this market is going. It is a more diverse market than it was 10 or 15 years ago, so it is able to move in different directions as the market for people drinking grape juice has stabilized somewhat, and the price for some of those commodities has recovered a little bit, not just grape, but other juices a little bit as well. And at the same time, the wine grape market is evolving quickly, and I think what we're going to continue to see in the wine grape market is that's a market that's always going to evolve quickly as consumers look towards different trends. So hopefully those markets find trends with our products that we grow that captivate consumers, but there will probably be a shift that is required for that to happen. Not sure what that's going to look like yet, but hopefully our growers can have some success through that process. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for joining us. If you have any questions, we'd be happy to answer them. You can contact us or comment down below. Thanks a lot.